You're listening to Evolving Moons Podcast
with Jess and Katie. Hello.
Hello.
What a cute intro.
Did you guys love the intro? Shout out Chan.
Yeah, shout out Chan. Find him on SoundCloud. It's at Breakthrough, break, and then THRUU.
So nice.
So
Thank
nice.
you. Thank you for that. We love it. It's so cute.
So cute and magical. Very nice.
So today we are going to talk about astrology.
Woo!
Don't roll your eyes.
Yeah.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a little down low, talk about us, what it means to us.
Yeah. How we relate with each other.
How we relate.
How we don't relate.
Yeah. We found out we're not supposed to be friends.
No, we are. We are.
But first we're going to start off with a reading like we always do.
What deck are we using?
Oh, today I am using the moon deck. We used this one in our first podcast. It's my favorite deck. I love this one.
Yeah.
I said I got to meet her.
She's great. An oracle?
This is an oracle deck.
Yay!
This is an oracle deck. Yes, not a tarot deck.
Fun.
And we're just going to do this reading about our week, our life right now.
Yeah.
Kind of a relevant, get to know us kind of week. We had a great weekend.
Yeah, we did.
Jess is so cute. She made me a little workshop on Saturday to kind of get me back into my groove.
Yeah.
And it was so thoughtful. Thank you. I loved it.
That
So
was
nice.
Cute.
So nice. But yeah, we're going to do a reading and we're just going to think about what do we have to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's a good one. And we'll come back.
Yeah.
And we'll get started.
Catch you in a second. And we're back.
All right. So I picked a card from our wonderful
nice
deck.
one.
It's so beautiful. It has a girl. She's doing a little meditation.
Yeah, a little yoga thing.
I don't know what that's called. I probably
cute.
should. And there's little moon phases around her. So how appropriate.
Yeah, real nice.
And it says, my emotions move through cycles and connect me to my truth.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked the deck, what do we have to look forward to? And as you guys have heard in our last endeavors, I have been going through kind of a low, obviously. And I think this card is here to remind me that highs are coming.
Yeah.
Good things are coming,
know? Good times ahead.
You can only learn, through when you're having a bad time, you're only going to gain inner wisdom through all of this.
Yeah.
So I think that's a nice card to pull, and that's how I take it personally. And the card is just to tell us, we all have cycles. We all have our lows and highs. We go through ebb and flow. And this is only going to bring us good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, well, if you're in a low, only good things are coming to you. And if you're in a high, then, be cautious that we do go through both ups and downs. But that's nice. I feel like I'm in an up right now,
You are. So I'm coming for you.
I haven't shared this yet on the podcast, I guess, but I have a thyroid disorder. So it was really, really, really messing with my emotions and my mental wellness for a while. And I finally am on the right medication. So I've been feeling great recently, super positive, been exercising a lot, really happy overall and just clear-minded. And so I really have been in a high, but that doesn't mean that a low isn't coming for me. But at least I know that good will come after the next bad. So
yeah, well, hopefully there is not too much of a bad.
Yeah, it's not a super low, but ups and downs are normal and healthy. So
yeah, they come and go.
Yeah.
And also this card just reminds us to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
It means that, maybe you weren't doing the best to take care of yourself and now's the time.
Yeah.
Kind of a calling card almost.
Yeah, you can influence your cycle for sure.
Oh yeah.
So that's
It's good to be aware of where you're at in your cycle.
Yeah.
Like obviously I know that I'm not having a great time right now, but I also know that I can do things to make it better.
Yeah.
I just have to do them.
Yeah, this is temporary. And you know that, yeah.
Yeah. So a nice card.
Yeah.
Not really relevant to astrology.
Whatever.
Really. Well, there's a moon.
Phases.
There's a moon. But just a little personal. What's going on?
Yeah. Hope you can relate to that card too.
All right. Astrology 101.
Yeah.
Coming at you. So we just kind of want to talk about the basics of a birth chart, what all the planets mean to us, what does this mean? I know you've all probably heard of a zodiac sign. Some of you have maybe dove into your chart a little bit,
yeah.
but there's so much going on, and even I don't know I'm not an astrologist.
Right.
And I've had my chart read to me before by someone, and it was kind of cool, but definitely there's so much that goes into it. So we're just going to give you the basics.
Yes.
So let's start off. Sun. We all know our sun sign. You think that would be your zodiac sign. It's your ego. It's your identity, your role in life. It's the core of who you are. Your zodiac sign. Your main sign.
Yeah, so like if you read your horoscope, it's your zodiac sign. You're reading
your sun sign
later. Yeah.
Then there is your moon. The moon rules your emotions, your moods, and feelings. It's the sign that you most think of yourself as. It reflects your personality when you're deeply comfortable.
That's interesting. I feel like people maybe don't think of themselves as their moon sign. They don't know that. They think of themselves like, oh, our sun sign's Cancer. I'm a Cancer, but like our moon signs are different. But
then there's the other way. A lot of people think they don't believe in astrology because they're like, oh, I don't relate to my sign at all, or not everything's true, and that's probably very true.
Check your moon sign.
Check your moons always. And then there is the ascendant or rising sign, which is the constellation that was on the horizon at the minute you were born. And that is the mask you present yourself to people, what people see, or how you come off to when you first meet them. And a lot of people say that it doesn't really matter as you get older, and I think a part of that is because you kind of come into your own, so you don't really have to put this mask on.
Right.
It's mostly like, I don't really know you. This is how I'm going to act.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it would
in front of you.
It would still hold true when you're older if maybe you're uncomfortable with somebody or you're meeting them for the very first time.
Yes.
But, yeah.
But it relates to you still in some ways. And then there's Mercury, which is communication, how you talk, think, process information, and how you learn. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Venus determines how and what you love and express affection.
We're different with us.
Yeah, mine's not great. Mars is aggression, how you assert yourself, take action. Also, sex comes in there. And then there's Jupiter. So these last few planets are farther away, obviously, and their cycles are much longer than the Earth cycles around the sun. So these are when you will have these signs more in common with people who are your age. They tend to rule more of a generation, especially the further down the planet line
definitely
you get.
Saturn.
So Jupiter is how we socialize. It's idealism, optimism, expansion. That's what it rules, kind of. And we are all people close to us are all in Sagittarius, and it's we do this by growing and finding understanding through questioning, curiosity, independence, and debate.
I think that's pretty true for both of us. A lot of people that we know.
We like to debate.
Yeah.
We get down.
We're curious.
Yeah.
We get down.
Saturn is responsibility, restrictions, limits, boundaries, fears, and self-discipline. And we are in Pisces, which means we are pushovers, daydreamers, and emotional.
How often is that said about like our generation though?
Yeah.
You know,
we're emotional. We're soft. Then we have Uranus, and this planet is ruled in the same sign for 7 years. It'll be in the same sign for 7 years, and it is ruled by innovation, rebellion, and progress. Us as a generation is in Capricorn, so we have this sense of responsibility, seriousness to us, and a desire for power.
I feel like that's so true for our generation.
It's pretty true.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Sometimes. It depends on the rest of your planets.
Yeah.
Then the next planet is Neptune. This one will stay in the same sign for 14 years, and it is ruled by imagination and the unconscious. And we are in Capricorn, again. And the inspiration for us comes through hard work and responsibility.
That's nice, kind of.
Yeah.
Our previous signs are real responsible, whatever.
Yeah. I don't feel very responsible, but
I do.
Maybe we'll get there.
Yeah.
And then our last one, the one science forgot about.
Rip.
Pluto.
Oh.
Pluto's in the same sign for 30 years.
Dang.
So that is more than a generation.
Yeah.
That's totally
That's
more
wild,
than a generation. And this is the planet of power, intensity, obsession, and control. And we are in Scorpio, which is passionate, intense, serious, private, and self-obsessed. Which I think is so true, because when you think about like how social media came about, we're our generation's totally self-obsessed.
Yeah.
I wonder where the cutoff is though for Pluto. I think it's
I wonder if
it either happened recently or it's going to happen recently. So
interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now that we've talked about all the planets, we're going to go back to sun, moon, and rising. So Katie and I have the same sun sign because we are both Cancers. And anybody in our little time frame, I don't know when it is, end of June to late July.
Mid-June, mid-July.
Mid-June, mid-July. Okay. So, for a Cancer sun, we are playful, we are brave, we are encouraging and passionate, nurturing. I feel like that's very true for both of us. Very motherly, very tough externally. That's why we are the crab. We have that hard shell on the outside. We're very loyal. We're really good leaders, and we usually like to stay home, which is very true for me. I am a homebody. Some negative things about us are that we can be stubborn. We go into isolation when we're upset, which is very true for both of us. We can be antisocial. We can be passive aggressive, moody. Those are all of the things that you think of when you think of like the stereotypical Cancer. Those are both pretty true for both of us, I think. And we often value feelings over thinking.
Yeah, another one is we have trouble with self-discipline.
I feel like I've been kind of
you've been on it,
beating that,
yeah. But that could come from a different planet.
Yeah,
but
true.
I struggle with self-discipline, so that's where I get it from. Another one for Cancer is we're deeply committed to relationships and to people that, not just your relationships, but the people you care about.
Yes, Cancers are known for dying for people that they love, like very, very loyal, but very passionate in who they choose to be around, would do anything for those people. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, nice, okay. So, I was born on July 19th, 1995 at 11:38 p.m. in Campbell. So, my moon is in Taurus, which is my emotions or how I would think of myself, my most true self when I'm alone and comfortable. I'm motivated by stability. All Taurus moons are motivated by stability. They will invest a lot of emotional energy into loved ones once they trust those people. I feel like that's very true for me. They're more comfortable with small groups of people that they know very well. I have social anxiety, so that is maybe related to my moon sign. Because I definitely don't do well in large groups of people or even in small groups of people that I don't know. I'm very good in small groups of people that I know and trust.
Yeah.
I'm temperamental. A Taurus moon can be relied on for problem solving, and they think through tough situations practically and sensibly, which I'd like to think I do. I feel like I've been doing that with your situation recently, and maybe with mine, I don't know.
You can be, but yeah.
But also I'm emotional.
Yeah.
And then negative traits of a Taurus moon are being emotionally closed off, which is actually kind of similar to a Cancer too. We kind of keep our emotions inside that shell.
Double dip.
Yeah. And then we also will refuse activities that we don't have energy for, which is
a lot, apparently.
So me, yeah. I don't have energy for much, no.
Yeah, so for your moon and your ascendant or rising, they're both very, they're linked to your time of birth.
Yeah, they're time sensitive.
Yes, they're very time sensitive. So my birthday is June 30th, 1995 at 9:25 p.m. Although in Fountain Valley, California, not from the Bay.
Interesting.
So my moon is in Leo. And this is where Jess and I are very different. Yes, we're both Cancers. That's where we came up with evolving moons from.
Yeah.
But my moon is in a Leo, and I have noticed recently that I am so much a Leo. I really identify with being a Leo. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
and reminder, your moon is like who you are when you're most comfortable.
Yeah.
It's what you would identify with the most. Maybe if you don't feel very connected to your sun sign. A Leo moon is dramatic, proud, expressive, idealistic, and somewhat self-centered. And I need a lot of love and care and validation from other people.
That is so you.
That is very me. I always thought like how Leo's so fiery, and I know there's a lot of Leos in my life, and I always thought like, oh, we really butt heads, and it's maybe because I am also a Leo.
Yeah, they're too similar to you, maybe.
Yeah, and then my rising sign is Aquarius, and this is how you come off to people, how people would see me, I guess. So I guess it's not a bad one to have. I come off as broad-minded, intellectual, prone to abstraction. My interests come off as eccentric and pretentious to others. Although we didn't look up what the abstraction thing was.
Yeah.
Darn. Oh well. Whatever. I'll look it up later.
My Aries is my rising?
Your rising is Aries. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Okay.
My Aries.
My Aries. I am Aries.
Okay.
I'm seen as competitive and daring. I love to come up with my own ideas and create my own path in the world. I'm independent. I can come off as very direct, and that directness can be interpreted as rudeness. And if I harness my creativeness and passion, it will lead to a vibrant future. But I also can be extremely opinionated in conversation. And that's where the rudeness comes in. So
that's definitely how you come off.
Yeah, I would say that I do come off as rude.
A lot of people don't like Jess.
Yeah, that's thanks.
I'm just saying.
No, but yeah.
But it's because they never get to know you. They don't know who you are as a person.
I'm not comfortable with people that I don't know, so I'm usually quiet, and then when I do talk, it probably is very direct and pointed and short, and so that would come off as rude.
Oh man.
And then so Katie got me to get this app today.
I would actually love to talk about it. So there's lots of apps out there. If you're curious, there's websites. My 3 favorite apps are CoStar, Sanctuary, and Time Passages. Those are great ones to find. You just put in your birthday. You need your time of birth. If you don't have one, you can get away with it, but it won't be as accurate. I know a lot of people who don't, like, they were born at home. They don't have their time of birth.
Right.
So that's really unfortunate. But you could ballpark.
Yeah.
You could always ballpark. Hopefully it would be close.
Yeah, close enough. But the cool thing about CoStar is that if you add friends, you can see your compatibility. Mm-hmm. So Katie and I are pretty compatible, actually. Yeah. But we are not compatible on only one part, and it is our moon sign. And that makes sense. I'm a Taurus, you're a Leo. Yeah. So I'm emotional, I'm romantic, I'm sentimental, I'm loyal, I care about people. You are dramatic. You're proud.
Am I really that dramatic?
You're idealistic. Yes. You're somewhat self-centered. You need a lot of love. I oftentimes don't give a lot of love. So I can see where those clash for us.
I do give a lot of love.
Yeah, I don't.
I should stop that.
I'm not loving, really, which is probably another reason why people don't like me that much now.
Speaking of not liking me. So when it comes to astrology, a lot of people like to make fun of it. They don't believe it. They think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Everyone has their own opinions. We were in the hot tub the other day talking about a lot of people don't believe in religion.
Right. And that's fine.
Or they do believe in religion. You believe in religion and you don't believe in astrology. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever your thing is, that's fine. But when it comes to astrology, one of the best things I heard from Natalia Benson, angel, goddess. If you're not following her, you should. She is an astrologist and she's just really awesome. But she said that if something like the moon has the energy and the power and the force to move the ocean and have an effect on the earth, why would it not affect our lives as human beings living on the earth?
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And that was so powerful when she said that. I was at the Almost 30 retreat, and she gave us a little workshop, and I had never even heard of her before that, but she was really inspiring. Yeah. So that was really cool. And I think when it comes to astrology, that is such a big thing to think about. Like, we were born in a specific place at a specific time on Earth, and at that time, all of the planets were in a specific place also in relation to the rest of the universe.
Right.
When the thing about when we say, oh, it's in Scorpio, it's in Aquarius, that's the star constellations, where they were in the night sky in relation to the Earth and the planets.
Right. And why would that not affect the people that we are? The sun affects our lives so heavily. We need it to survive. All life on Earth needs the sun, just as we need the moon. The moon controls our oceans.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, why would the moon and the sun and all of the other planets not have some part in who we are internally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that might be we might sound like weirdos to you right now, and that's okay. But, you know, I think that it does have a big impact on our lives. And I think, and people say, oh, well, you can read into any little thing and relate to it because they're so generic and broad. And I don't think that's very true, because
I think with horoscopes, sure.
Yes. Well, okay, so horoscopes is one thing that I cannot get behind, really, because those are very broad. It's like, oh, like, you're going to have a bad day today because of this.
Right.
And, you know, that's not necessarily true. Some things that are true, though, is what horoscopes should be based on is, you know, this planet today is in a specific sign.
Right.
It's in a specific position, and this is how it might affect the energy of today.
Right.
That is one thing that people do.
The planet being in this space could evoke these emotions.
Or like the moon. A big thing is that there's a new moon in this, or it's a new sun season. This is how it'll affect us. Yes, that's one thing, and that's what you should take during that time. But I think a big blow to astrology, I think, is horoscopes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what turn people off. Yeah. I think
so too. I think that people that read their horoscopes every day, I mean, if you read your horoscope every day, fine, do it. But
that's for you. I'm sure there's some aspect to it. Someone was looking things up in the sky. Hopefully they just weren't bullshitting
Maybe. I mean, but also if you look at your horoscope for the day on different apps or different sites, it changes.
They're going to be different. So they're not that reputable.
Yeah. We're not suggesting that. Look up your birth chart.
But I think you should look into your birth chart, because it can not only you get to know yourself more, and that makes sense, but it also shows you how you should handle future situations.
Yeah.
And how you should go about in life.
What to look for, how you may act.
Especially compatibility with different things. Like, maybe you just fucking hate that person.
Right.
There's probably a reason why.
Probably why, yeah.
They're probably a Gemini now.
You're a Gemini.
No, I'm a Cancer, but part of me is, and I'm the worst. You know, there's really a lot that goes into astrology. So much. Yeah. There are all the signs, obviously, and every sign has different aspects that are important and pertain to that specific sign. Mm-hmm. We could go down the list, but we already went through all the planets.
Yeah.
We're not going to go through all that, but there's so much to it, and there's so many pieces of information out there that you can use. One book that is really good is it's called The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need. It's really big. It's like a Bible. It's like the Bible of astrology, I would say.
That's nice.
And it's pretty nice. I have it at home. I have not read the whole thing because it's really large.
It's huge,
but I've had read a bunch of things, and I've looked at it in a way where I can pertain to me. You know, like, I didn't read through every sign.
Yeah.
But I would look up, like, the planet, and then I'd go read about that sign. You know, so you can use it in different ways. There's also the apps that we talked about.
Yeah.
Another big one is Cafe Astrology online. You can Google it.
Yeah.
It comes up. That's where I get everyone's birth natal charts for free.
Yeah.
Or the F. I have done lots of people's charts.
Yeah.
DM me your birthday and time of birth and location, and I will do your chart.
Don't put that out there.
Okay, sorry.
You're going to get flooded with birth charts.
Probably not. No, I'm not.
But if you want to look up your birth chart.
Yeah, you should. There's so much, and the birth charts are really cool. So when it gives you a birth chart, it gives you an essay. It gives you paragraphs of what everything means, but the first thing it gives you is this circle. And it has all these lines and symbols, and it's really confusing.
It looks like statistics, like
it does. It looks wild, but it's really cool once you start to kind of decode it.
Yeah.
You know, all the symbols are the planets and the moons, and the very center of the circle is the Earth. That's you, where you were. That's what it's supposed to represent. There's the line. There's the line that goes through the whole center of it. That's the horizon. You know, so. That's the horizon line.
Above it or below it, or
and that's where you'll see your rising sign on one side, and then your sun sign will be on the other, because your ascendant sign is always opposite of your sun sign. That's why it's called the ascendant sign.
Okay.
And then there's all these other lines that break up the circle into like a pizza pie, and those are the houses. I'm not gonna get into the houses. You can look those up, but all of your planets are in a sign and in a house.
Yes.
So it's a 3-part way. And it's so confusing, and it details your life for you. It's all right there.
It is really interesting, though, when you do look it up and you do take the time to read all of them. They really all do matter and correspond with one another. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of things happening, and it's complex, but so are our lives.
Yeah. Yeah, and so is the fucking solar system. Like, why would it
so
not
much
be
is going on?
You know?
Yeah, the whole solar system is in this little circle with symbols and lines on it. Like,
right,
what the
fuck. Of course it's going to be complex. Okay, so all of this is a lot, and it might seem crazy to a lot of people, and you know what? It might be. Whatever, we're crazy. We don't care. And you may not find value in it, but we do. We find value in it in different ways, I think. I grew up with 2 different religions in my life. I have Christianity and Judaism, and I never really aligned with either. And I kind of came into astrology through crystals, I guess. My grandpa would always give everybody in my family, all the women in my family, jewelry for birthdays, and we would always get our birthstone. And then I started to wonder why we had a birthstone. Why was mine different than my sister's and different than my grandmother's and my mom's? And then I kind of got into looking into zodiac signs and what those meant, and then further into astrology, and then especially with you. I feel like you brought a lot into me about astrology, especially when we did our solstice party.
Yes.
I learned a lot, and now I really like it. And I tried to get my boyfriend to do his birth chart earlier so I could talk about it, but we didn't know what time he was born. Yeah. But my point is, a lot of people base a lot of their lives on religion, and even if you don't base it on religion, you find comfort in it. And I think that I find comfort in my birth chart, because I like to know that my actions and how I act and how I feel is bigger than myself. And I feel like that's why a lot of people enjoy religion or base their lives off of religious beliefs, is because it gives them comfort knowing that there's a greater power. They can blame things, both good and bad, on that greater power. And I like being able to put some blame on my actions on the stars.
On the stars. Yeah, I can kind of relate. I mean, I grew up going to church, doing the whole thing, going to Sunday school. And, you know, the more I had to read the Bible and learn about everything and became a historian, there was a lot of things that I just didn't align with either. I mean, it's still a large part of my identity and how I grew up.
Yeah.
But I definitely relate more to my birth chart.
Yeah.
A lot.
I just think it makes more sense. To me, at least. I would like to say that I'm a realist, and I know for a fact that the sun was in this position when I was born. I know the moon was in this position. I know all the planets were in this position.
The sun is in the same spot.
Whatever. But you know what I'm saying. Like, for all of my things, it's a fact. There's no denying that these planets were where they were. And I like that this is a real definite thing that I can latch on to.
Yeah.
And planets and stars and all of this, they do have energy. Everything has an energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that.
Yeah.
It gives me comfort.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So if you think it's crazy, that's fine. But
yeah. Look into it. Look it up.
Yeah.
Do your chart, even if you think we're crazy. I dare you.
Which we are. We're not denying.
Yeah, I'm a little crazy.
Yeah,
That's okay.
But in a cool, fun way.
In a cute way.
Astrology bitches.
Ew. So, that's our bit on astrology.
Yeah, that was our little pod.
We'll probably go back to this a lot. It's a good topic.
Yeah.
It's a large part of our lives. I love doing people's charts, reading about you.
Yeah.
I'll get to know you before I get to know you, kind of thing.
Add us on CoStar.
Add us on CoStar. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll see if we're compatible.
Yeah. We hope that you all have a great rest of your Tuesday and rest of your week.
Rest of your week, yeah.
We'll hear from you, or you'll hear from us next Tuesday. Maybe we'll do a mini episode or something in the
we like putting stuff
the
out.
weekend.
We hope that you've been enjoying all the stuff we're doing. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Let us know.
Yeah.
If you like it.
Yeah.
No, I have gotten some good feedback, actually.
Yeah.
I take that back. I do know. Thank you to everyone who's reached out.
Yeah, we have 5 stars right now on Apple Podcasts.
Wow, go
That's
us.
pretty cool.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like we should be saying this at the end of all of our podcasts. Subscribe,
Yes.
rate us.
Yes.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, rate us.
Give
us comments.
Leave us comments. Review is the word I was looking for. Give us a review if you liked it.
Yeah, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, and YouTube.
So if you're watching this, thank you. If you're listening, thank you. We love you.
We do. We love you so much.
We're enjoying this. We're having a good time.
Yeah. You'll hear from us soon.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Tell the people what they want to hear, baby. Are you nervous?
There is nothing.
Little camera shy. It's okay. They're beautiful.